Yo, yo, it's your boy MoneyMarr. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Gang.
I'm like, I'm back in that mode. Yeah, that rapping, that track got me back on the road. Making hits out there, hits got me back on the road. Oh, fuck it, I'm back.
All right, so we got the one and only MoneyMarr jumping off the porch with us today.
Yo, what it do?
Man, how you feeling today, bro?
Great, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, can't get no better right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on, man. A lot of good things going on, man.
Nah, that's good, man. I can feel the good energy, positive energy coming from you too.
Every time I walk in the building, I gotta have that energy with people, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, I fucks with that, man. So yeah, appreciate you coming by, man. And go ahead and introduce who you got sitting behind you today too, man.
You know, they know who it is. I got Tuffy though with me, man. Let them know who you is. Money World GS type shit, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, he's been on the porch too, so you go check out that interview if they've been sleeping on it too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So I understand you came here to Atlanta just for this, huh? You
just
in
for
and out
this,
on
like, I just came here, like, landed. I'm like, I gotta skate right back home real quick to DC after this. I got a lot of shit to do in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got planned out in LA? You recording?
I got some video, I got some little video shoots for my album and stuff like that. Got 2 videos to shoot.
Yeah.
And lock in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's album time, man.
Yeah, it's album time and it's birthday time too, man.
Oh, for real? When's your birthday? Oh, I
August
take it you're a Virgo, right?
Yeah, August 31st. August 31st, big Virgo, man.
Yeah.
Actually, the album coming up I'm about to drop is called Virgoat.
Yes, sir.
Like Virgo, but a goat. You know what I'm saying? I just put it together like that.
Yeah. You got anything planned for your birthday? Anything specific that you plan to do? Or?
Yeah, like I'm gonna do an event in DC. Probably do 2 to 3 events for my birthday on like a weekday, like a Wednesday. I'm thinking or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like a club event, a mansion pool party event, and then I'm gonna go out to the Turks and Caicos for my birthday, like on the birthday. Yeah, I gotta do something crazy, man. You know I'm bringing my cameraman with me everywhere, so we grabbing content.
Yeah, you gotta document all that, man.
Gotta document everything.
Nah, that's what's up, bro.
Facts.
All right, man. So talk to us about life in DC, man. Tell us about the real DC, not what we've seen on TV. You know, break it down for what's really going on up there right now.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, like when people see DC on TV, they see like the White House and the president and stuff, like, and all the gentrification and all that. But like, now the scene's starting to come up a little bit more. Like we got a few rappers, like I ain't gonna just point no names out or whatever, cause you know it's a lot going on, but it's me and a few other rappers that's turning the city up, making it look good, you know what I'm saying? You might search DC up on YouTube and see like crime stuff and hood beefs and stuff like that, but that's irrelevant. Like, DC a little different from what they show on the, on the television. It's a little different. Treasures.
And what part of DC are you from?
Southeast.
Okay.
Livingston Road to be exact.
Okay. So what goes down in Southeast then, man?
Same thing that got out there everywhere else in the hood, like everywhere else in the hood, you got your J's, you got the people who serve weed, people who do this, serve, do that, little typical hood shit.
Okay.
Nothing extraordinary or nothing like that.
Do you feel like that area's gotten worse? Has it gotten better from when you were younger, or has it pretty much stayed the same?
I don't know my OGs, and I don't really got no OGs, but everybody that's older used to say like it was worse back in the days, but I think it's worse now because like the youngest turning up like at an early age, like super young. I'm talking about like 10, 11, stuff like that, yeah.
Shoot.
Going crazy right now, like the youth is going crazy right now.
Yeah. What were you into as a kid growing up out there?
I mean, I was playing sports, like I was in the hood from time to time, but that's like where we grew up. So, like that's just, part of the environment type stuff. Like,
yeah.
But I was playing sports and stuff like that till I knew I wasn't gonna really I wasn't that good when I got older. I'm a small dude. Everybody get big, like they from out the country and stuff. You start playing people from out the country, you know how that go. Everybody don't make it in the league.
Yeah.
So.
What were you playing, basketball?
Yeah, I was playing football. I played basketball for a little bit, but I wasn't really good at it, so I just stopped doing it. Like, I just stopped playing sports altogether. Then I stopped playing football because I was too small. Like, I got in that school, it was way bigger people. I'm like, nah, this ain't for me.
He trying to take on
the hits.
to
the league. Yeah, I ain't making it to the league.
Yeah. So when would you say you jumped off the porch? How old were you?
The porch probably like 13, 14.
Okay.
Keep it 100, yeah, 13, 14.
So you mentioned not having like any OGs. Were you just running with people your age then, or?
Not even that. Like, I always ran with older people, like people just a little bit older than me. I'm 20. See, like when I was 14 and stuff, I was running with people who was already 17, going on 18 and stuff like that. You know, and I just kind of learned from them. I ain't really like, I never really had no OGs though. You know how like people got OGs, people who had like say-sos and stuff like that. Like we ain't never really had no say-so. We all just treat each other equal for ever since kids, like, you know. And I was always that kid who was like a old spirited kid. My father, he old. My father like 79.
Oh wow, he had you
so
late
like,
in life. Huh?
Yeah. I'm talking about, I'm 20, so he popped me out when he was still old, you know, like. But like, I always been hanging with older people all my life. Like I never hung with my crowd for real.
Okay.
I did sometimes in school like that, but they just wasn't my crowd, you know. That was for time being, you know. So just let loose with that.
I got you. Did you and your pops have a close relationship growing up?
Nah, not really. I ain't gonna sit right here and bash him or nothing like that, cause I love my pops, but we ain't really had no super close relationship. I was just more so just, my mind was gone. I was a kid. I can't even really remember, like, you know. I was just being a kid. For
Understood.
Yeah.
I know you've been rapping for a minute, man. So what had motivated you or inspired you to start that at first?
Man, damn, all these hot questions. What motivated me to start rapping? It was my brother. I think I said this like in a previous interview before. I was like 14, and that's when I just had stopped, like, you know, doing little kid shit. You know, I started, you know, like you said, I hopped off the porch and stuff like that. But I ain't really had nothing to do that was like, you know, giving me no money. So, bro, and I'm like, start rapping. But like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that come behind it, like the distro kids and the, you know, all that independent stuff. So I started making some little money. Like, my brother was like, man, you gotta start rapping. Like, cuz got a mic in the basement, he got a studio, he know how to record, sound good, like, lay some shit down. Like, and I ain't even know how to rap at the time, mind you. I just started rapping out the random. Like, it wasn't really nobody motivating me, but a few DMV artists, I could say, Shabazz and Q the Fool, if you're familiar with them. They just like, they set that tone in Maryland and like the DMV too also, like just the DMV period. Like that's what everybody was listening to at the time. Yeah. So that kind of motivated me to start doing the rap too.
Okay.
And I just got into it.
Did it come natural to you? Like when you first started rapping, like, oh, this shit easy, man. I should have been doing this, or?
My first song was the Ooh freestyle by Young and May.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I was on some young dumb kid shit. I just started doing stuff. And I just got into it, but it went up. Like people started supporting me and stuff like that, like saying like, "Oh, you really gotta take this shit serious. Do something with it." So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. This still where I'm like 14, 15, still doing it. It's like a few months in a year, and now I started taking it serious like 3 years later, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who else did you grow up listening to? Like, who were some of your favorite artists back then?
I was listening to like the people we listen to now. Like I was listening to the Lil Babies and the YBs and the Durks. Okay. For that's about it. If it was outside the DMV area, like that's who I was listening to, and wasn't really no specific person. I was just in tune with the world for what was trending back then. You know.
Understood.
Yeah.
So whip out the stick, man. Like what was
talk about it.
Yeah. What was the inspiration when you recorded this song? Like what were you going through that day?
I was in a studio out Laurel, Maryland, and I was with like a few friends or whatever, and I think I had already made a song before that previously in New York. I was already turned up by the time I made Whip Out the Stick. I just didn't drop it just yet. I was out in New York messing with Young Lord and them, V-Long Guy and them and all them, and Puma and all them, and I made Gucci. And I had dropped Gucci, and I think it did like 1 million or something like that. And people was like, yo, you gotta keep going back to back. I already had Whip Out the Stick in the vault, but that day when I made it, like, I was like, I don't even think it was like coming to my head that it was a hit. I just was recording, like, and then I made a video to it. I put it on my Instagram. They like, oh, nah, yeah, you gotta drop this real quick. I'm like, y'all want me to drop this? I need this amount of comments. I shot the video around the hood, like, a week or two later. This is my birthday month, it's in August. I dropped it for my birthday. And went up and did what they did, like
For real?
instantly, yeah. Like I woke up the next day, had a few thousand, you know. Back then 100,000 views was kind of a lot of views, you know what I'm saying? Like when you coming up where you from, like so. It was like, you know, I'm like, all right, bet it's cool, it's touching something. Labels start calling me, people start calling me, like just big artists, like I'm getting big looks from Kevin Gates, Atlantic Records, everybody calling me. You know how it is when you blowing up, you an artist, like, you know, everybody calling you and stuff like that. You on your peak, you know, about to rise. But that day, I didn't know it was gonna do what it did. I really didn't, like, I'm grateful for that song, like real life.
No, for real. Did that get overwhelming at the time, like having so many people reaching out to you, especially labels, since you were young at the time too, man?
It was like it was a rush. It was like I had a lot of sugar or something. Like I just kept getting calls every day. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this shit. But like I was just new to it. So I was just, you know, adapting to it, trying to get used to it for you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I'm peeping everything that's going on. Who calling me? Who trying to talk to me? Like, what's the important things that's going on, you know? Yeah. But I was still young, so like, I ain't know. I'm like 17 at this time now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, like 16 going on 17 at this time.
Did you even have your music monetized at the time, or you didn't even know anything about that?
Nah, I did know about it, like, cause I used to do like YouTube and stuff like that. I used to do like little vlogs and stuff, so I kind of knew about it, but I wasn't really hard on that. I just knew I dropped my video and I put it out on DistroKid. So, you know how that go. I was making some little cash off of it, you know, here and there. It was lit.
Were you getting booked at the time too?
Yeah, I was getting booked. I sold out SOBs in New York.
Oh shit.
I did a show in North Carolina at a college for GHO. I did a few other venues in like Virginia, stuff like that. Just the surrounding area, the tri-state area, like Virginia, Maryland, you know.
Yeah.
Something like that. It wasn't really too much though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you even have a manager then? Or is that around the time you realized you needed one?
Yeah, I had a manager, but he was more so like my folks, but just claimed him as my manager. We wasn't contracted.
Okay.
So yeah, but it definitely was my manager. Like he was my go-to. Like he was my help for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could say that.
So were you still in school at this time, or?
See, like, I think I had just got like put out of school, but not like that. It wasn't on no bad terms or nothing like that, no goofy shit I did in school. It was because I was I was bringing too much attention to school. So like, my first day at school, famous, like off of the rap shit, I walked in the cafeteria and like, everybody like, oh, like that's Marr, like that was MoneyMarr. Like he coming to school as MoneyMarr. Like, you know, I'm a little older, this shit different now. I'm in high school, like 9th grade. I'm walking in with my little gold pendant. I had a little gold pendant, my first chain ever. I'm walking in there, brought too much attention to the cafeteria, so the security come, they like, yeah, you gotta do all your work in ISS. Everybody know what ISS is, like, they like, I'm like, why? They like, yeah, we about to go to all your classes, get all your books and shit, you gotta bring in the ISS, you bringing too much attention to the school, like. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do my work in ISS. It's like, you know, it's like jail. They're like, you gonna have to go up to Kevin Maxwell, Prince George's County borderline, like sign off and say you can't go to no private schools, public schools, you just gotta graduate online.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so from there, I graduated online. I ain't see no school, no nothing. I ain't see no people, no friends, no bitches, no nothing. None of that.
So would you say that's when you like really locked in with the music? Like, all right, I'm going all in.
Yeah, I really locked in with the music when I first blew up off of Whip Out the Stick and Gucci. It was really Gucci that did it, but Whip Out the Stick just did more views. So like when it caught a buzz, I started to take it serious because, you know, like I said, everybody was calling my phone and there was a lot of extra shit going on. Like people telling me they want to sign me, like rappers, big rappers and stuff like that. You know, I'm a young man that we was going off, like we made it. So, you know, I took it serious. I started taking it more serious. I'm like, I'm gonna drop an album, I'm gonna drop a mixtape. I'm doing all this on my own. I'm making this amount of money, you know. It's shit coming in my DistroKid, 20K every other week and shit, like.
Not bad.
Yeah, just all them great numbers. I'm like, man. So, yeah, I started taking it serious right around that time.
Okay.
As soon as I blew up from it.
Was there a specific reason why you never signed with a label, since you had so many majors reaching out to you? Or were you just happy making, you know, like you said, 20,000 every other week? That's not bad, man.
Look, so I ain't gonna keep throwing names and shit out there, but a few artists wanted to sign me. They like say they wanted to, and they just ain't pulled through. I don't know for what reason. Like they had just stopped responding or some shit like that. Like just be weird. Or like with the record labels though, I seen what they was trying to offer. Like it just wasn't like. It wasn't coming to me, yeah. It wasn't fitting my criteria. I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, that's not right. Yeah, they was lowballing me, trying to take over my life, shit like that.
I mean, that's smart of you to recognize that.
Yeah.
You know, I get a lot of rappers that sit up here and they want to bitch
nigga.
about their label and talk about how they can't drop music and they unhappy with their situation.
I was already hearing that. I was going back and forth with like a few artists about like, what's going on between all these other artists out here, like how they getting caught up and captured in their deals and like held captured in their deals, like they never getting out that shit, like type shit, they ain't making no money from it. They looking weak off their deals. Like I don't wanna be one of them artists that get put on the shelf. I couldn't have been, so I just wasn't like, I wasn't rushing it. And I had people in my ear already telling me like, don't rush it, like read over them contracts with your entertainment lawyer, make sure all this shit makes sense, and make sure, well, at first it was about the money to me. I was so young, I didn't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, some people get good deals without that much, you know what I'm saying? They get distro deals and shit. No, not a lot of money, you know, like few $100,000, $500K, something like that, you know. I ain't know at the time that I was so young, I ain't even study music like the whole industry. I thought it was just rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a lot more to it.
There was a lot more to it. A lot of more stressful stuff.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
So you got the partnership now with Empire and 4L?
Yeah, definitely. Right now.
So why did that make sense to you then?
Well, I ain't gonna get into my deal and all that. If you know, you know. Like if you tuned into this shit, you know I got a great ass deal, like with this shit I got going on with Empire now. But I don't know, you know, Empire, they an indie label, like, you know, you still on your masters, shit like that. I started my own shit, 1019 GS.
Okay.
Like, this me. So, you know, I could go sign other niggas and shit like that. But I was already just messing with guys, off the strength. Like, me and him had deep conversations. Me and my manager, Prophet, like, we had like a three-way conversation, like a little relationship thing going on. Like I was flying out San Francisco talking to Ghazi about everybody on the label and stuff like that. And like, we was just already pre-planning it before it happened type shit basically. So we made it work, you know, we got the paperwork done and made it work.
Yeah.
It's a good ass deal, man. I got shit going on. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. I know Empire take good care of their artists too, man.
Empire definitely do.
Yep.
Definitely.
What's your thoughts on the music industry, the rap game, everything that be going on right now?
I mean, from my perspective, I say it's lit right now. There's a lot of new artists, like, and we needed that for real, because, like, it wasn't really like, we was stuck with the same artists, not saying like, they not doing nothing on nothing, they making the best of the best, like the little babies and stuff like that, they making the best of the best. We gonna forever need them. And the Drakes and stuff like that, but you know, we got the new artists like, you know, the PGF Nooks and them, the ESTGs and the Glorrillas. They lit right now, so I think it's like, it's making it look good for new up and coming rappers, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's starting to get on easier. All it takes is a cosign and shit lit, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, from my perspective, things looking lit right now besides all the little beef stuff that's going on, but you know, I don't really worry about that. Yeah, I don't really worry about that too much.
What's your thoughts on the courts using rappers' lyrics against them, though, in some of these cases?
You said what now?
What's your thoughts on the courts using rappers' lyrics against them in some of these cases?
Oh, the courts? It's unfair. I don't think you should be like putting Ricos out for what people saying in their raps, like just cause you think like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I don't wanna get too deep into it, but like, I don't think it's fair at all. Like, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Like, I could just be, this shit could be a whole facade. Like, you never know, I could be just capping, like, I'm just saying shit and it match exactly something that's going on out here in the world randomly. Like, it could be in my area and like, they just try to put two and two together and say this is that. Like, it ain't fair. I don't think it's fair, especially when this is how we make our legal money.
Yeah.
Like, this is how we do what we do. Like, us as black people, like, this all we got besides the sports and shit like that. This entertainment is really us. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's unfair when the courts use our lyrics and try to lock us up for that shit. That shit unfair.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. 'Cause it's art, it's expressing. It's how you're supposed to be able to express yourself, and for them to like, because you don't hear them about doing this shit in any other genre.
Yeah, music is music, no matter how nobody expresses themselves with it. I just think it's unfair for them to do that.
Real shit.
Definitely.
Yeah. What would you say has been one of the biggest sacrifices you had to make in your life so far for you to be successful?
Get all the hate ass fuck niggas out my circle. Like, could be the realest shit. Like, if you from the streets, like, you could be from the streets and not a street nigga, you get what I'm saying? Like, a nigga could be born around the projects and then not be a street nigga, but like, that's just me saying, like, all the people that's in your circle when you come from the streets, like, it be some hating ass niggas, like, they see this shit, like, secondhand, and they think, like, it's theirs too, though. Like, they think it's theirs firsthand, like, you get what I'm saying? All this jewelry, all this money and shit, like I be having to tell niggas, like, shit, I'm making what you making for real, Brody. I'm just making it faster, you know? Or I'm just making it a different way now. Like, we supposed to be the team. Like, we got, like, come on, man. You get the blueprint right here. You supposed to, some niggas just greedy. Some niggas just hating, man. So I say, getting them fuck niggas out your circle gonna help you. Now, if you solo when you coming up in this shit, I salute you. I don't know what to say, but I'm just speaking for them niggas like me, so they won't go through it, you know what I'm saying? You probably heard it 100 million times, but that mean they gotta really stand on that shit.
Nah, for real.
Facts.
Yeah. So you touched on it briefly, but what's the music scene like in DC right now?
It's lit from my angle. DC music scene lit right now from my angle. I think like the industry and artists, I think they need to pay attention more like to DC. Like, there's really some talent coming from out of there. And I say they don't be messing with DC, I heard, because like how everybody get put on or do something out there and there be some slimy stuff going on, or like they either gonna end up dead or locked up, and they ain't even the case 9 times out of 10 for real nowadays. Like, there's a lot of lit shit going on out there right now. It's getting gentrified, like, so people starting to come down. I know you just saying like Lil Baby and everybody come down, Chris Brown. It's big artists coming back down in the DMV. Like, they love DC. Everything new now, I think like they should pay attention to it more like how they pay attention to Atlanta, Houston, and LA and stuff like that. Like, we gonna get there. I give it to like 2025.
Okay.
2022 right now. Give it 3 more years. 3 more years or so.
What do you feel like it is going to take to get that spotlight shined on the city then?
For me to make it. It's like, nah, I'm dead ass with that. But realistically, maybe if we come together, speaking realistically, like, and for everybody else, maybe if we come together and do it as a unit and make it make sense and try, like, to do something smarter. Like, I think we got like a drill scene, not a drill, I don't want to say drill like New York and Chicago, but like we got like a trap rap scene going on that, like, I'm guessing people not liking, but it's kind of contradicting because like it's a whole lot of trap music that's hits right now, buzzing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is about DC, but I think it's going to just take unity for we had some unity, some strong unity, we're going to look sweet, we're going to be up there. It's a lot of get money niggas in DC. A lot of get money niggas, a lot of get money bitches, everybody doing something right in DC, entrepreneurity. Like, I think we lit. Yeah. Unity.
So what was it like performing at the Broccoli City Festival?
You say you was tuned into that?
Yep.
Nah, yeah, Broccoli City was lit. That was my first time doing like a festival for real in my own city, and it felt good because like, it felt like it put that stamp there. The stamp was already there, but like, just was saying like, I felt the welcoming, like, this MoneyMarr, like, he gotta perform, like, this is his city, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta get him on the festival. So shout out to Bacon Bell on that too. She got me locked in with, and the rest of the team, they got me locked in with that. But it was lit though. It was lit. I was performing with Wale, Tim's. It was a few big artists that I met out there. I enjoyed to perform with. It was lit. It was a good vibe. Besides the rain, it was raining a little bit. But it was lit though.
Yeah, it looked like the crowd was turned to your shit
it was
too.
turned.
Yeah. And you made the caption on IG when you posted it too. You said you had to hit a low point, like in your career at that
Facts.
time. What did you mean by that?
Like, I felt like I wasn't as focused as I should have been once upon a time in my career, like right before, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of took a toll on things. Like, I wasn't dropping music. I didn't really know that I had control of what I was, like, my situation right now that I got going on. When I first started with it, I didn't know I had, like, the type of control that I got now. I was just lost, like, you know, and it kind of threw me off. Like, it just had me, like, back on my old shit, like, back on some old me shit, like, before about the stick and all that. Like, it just took me back there. And them weren't bad times, but, like, everybody know how I get. It's like, it feel like I fall off, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't like that shit, so I kind of had to bounce back, like, just a little bit. I had to take some time off and bounce back a little bit, that's all. It wasn't really too much to it, though. Yeah, that was the low point, though.
Yeah, no, I got you. Look like you bounced back pretty well, man.
Yeah, bounce back good, great. I don't play no games, man. I don't play no games.
You've been going crazy with these visuals, man. So let's talk about some of these new songs. Let's start with Worst Way that you just put out.
Yeah, shout out my boy Quin NFN. What you want to talk about how that happened?
Yeah, how'd you guys link up?
I mean, me and Quin, we been locked in. We've been locked in since like 2017, 18. You know, niggas always say like me and him look alike and all that funny ass shit. So like I was like calling him twin and shit. We locked in and shit like that. But we ain't never really do no song. We just always like, I seen him before and shit like that. But we always really communicated through iMessage and Instagram. So it was kind of like, you know, like we gotta get it in, we gotta hurry up and work. But we locked in because it was a suggestion from the team, from Empire and shit. So I was like, yeah. I had it in my mind, but I forgot about it. I be getting so high and shit. They threw it out there. I was like, oh yeah, no, we gotta get Quin. I'm like, man, put him on this Worst Way jump. Like, they like, how it's gonna sound on him. I'm like, man, he perfect. Throw him on there. Like, smash hit right there.
Yeah.
Put him on there, he wrapped it up in a few weeks or some shit like that. It came back, it was nice. It was cut nice. I was like, we gotta drop it. I was like, man, let's shoot it. So I went out Texas, and we did the video. It was like I'm not mistaken, it was like a 10-hour shoot.
That's it?
Probably 14.
Whew.
Probably 14.
Put some work into that one, man.
Yeah, we was working from, man,
Yeah.
top of the morning to the night. I'm talking about before the sun came up, then when the sun was coming down. But nah, we didn't go out Houston though, my bad. We went out Austin.
Okay, yeah.
That's where it was.
That's where he's from, yeah.
It was Austin, that's where he's from. We was out there, Austin, nice. But everybody kept telling me in my ear, you need to go to Houston, So I was like, man, I'm trying to see what's over Houston real quick. But now it was lit working with bruh. That was my first time working with him in person. So, you know, genuine vibes. You know how it is when like real see eye to eye, you lock in off the break. It was just that.
Yeah.
And we did it. Dropped
Gotcha.
that shit. Yeah.
Sit on Your House. This shit going crazy right now.
Oh yeah. That Sit on Your House by me, Semihomie, and Cruddy Murda. Shout out to the men too, man. Shout out to the Cruddy. Shout out to Semihomie and them, man. They from out the northeast side of DC and stuff like that. They coming up too right now. Shout out to them. I think we just did that you know, regular studio vibes back home, how it be. Like, I always record back home. Record 100 songs, 1,000,000 songs.
Yeah.
And we was just recording that day, like a regular vibe. Logged in and did it. That treatment though, best treatment, one of the best treatments I ever like.
It looked like you guys had a lot of fun shooting
that
that one.
That was a fun ass video shoot. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That junk was lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was genuine vibes. You know how it be. They bring in the little vixens, you know, talk to them, flirt with them, shit like that. Get the video shot, you know, just so it could be all genuine. You know, that's going up right now though.
No,
ain't
that
it?
shit lit right now.
Yeah, I bet. Everybody riding this city bumping that shit. Yeah,
I see-
IG stories and all that.
Yeah. I see fans asking for a project with you and Cruddy, man. You guys ever thought about doing one?
Yeah, we about to do one soon. It's coming soon. I ain't gonna say too much, but it's coming. You know, that's my right hand. That's my man, son.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cruddy, man.
Yeah, you guys got good chemistry when, on these songs that you guys been putting out.
Yeah, my man said in the song, he said, niggas be linking and don't got no chemistry. That's for real. They link up. They link up because they
sounds
beefing.
Forced.
They link up, yeah, shit forced, man. Shit forced off of beef and they fall off. And niggas be linking with no chemistry. That's my dog, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you about Durk Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
This video's crazy, too.
That's a banger right there. That's a banger right there. You don't even know, like, Durk Eyes, how that even came. I want to tell you the whole story, like, so how Durk Eyes came upon, like, the situation. I think, I heard the beat made by Too Dirty. Mind you, all my beats is like DMV producers and shit for I support the DMV for real, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and they all crank, they got a different sound. They bring the sound to the industry, it's gonna go global for sure. I get at the 2025 too. But I was playing the Durk Eyes beat in the studio and it came to me cause he made Slimy. That's the nigga who made Slimy, the nigga Too Dirty who made that Durk Eyes beat. I was like, I gotta do one of these again off the 2019 vibes. I'm like, but I gotta do something like that's going up right now. You know, they just kept on the gram like talking about Durk Eyes. Like, I just came up with a punchline. I was like, Tribe, I'm trying to make them birds fly. I can see all the snakes through my third eye. How about that car? Now my eyes got Durk Eyes or some shit like that. And it was just, everybody was like, damn, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm about to lay that down right now. I'm like, you got that? I'm asking the producer nigga, like, you got that? I'm laying it down and shit, but like, like, people was thinking like, the members, they like, oh, nah, like, hey, before you drop this shit, like, got holler at Smirking them, like, you know, we locked in with Smirking them and shit. Shout out OTF, that's game. Like, we locked in with them and shit, but I'm like, yeah, I got holler at them because, you know, the outside world and the fans, they're gonna be like, you know, the robots and shit, like, they like, yeah, I don't think Durk will like this. I'm like, man, look, I ain't worried about that shit. They know we locked, like, it ain't nothing to it, like, the little punchline, little bar, you know. But I still went to go, you know, holler at the folks and shit. Yeah. Send it to them. They like, nah, that's fire, like, that's lit, like. They like, that's lit.
That's
like,
a hard-ass punchline.
Yeah, like hard-ass punch. But it was just such, like, it was the main bar, though. Like, so, like, you know, I just had to go, like, hey, folks, what's up? What's up with this shit, folks? And I'm like, they like, man, folks, that shit good. Like, you all right. Like, that shit, I get what you saying. They like, I get what you saying. Yeah. Another nigga was like, just like I said, you know how the fans may pursue it or whatever, but that shit ain't about nothing. Like, niggas know we locked in. Drop that junk, put it up on TikTok. That thing went up.
I'm sure TikTok's eating that
thing
shit
went up. And then, like, the whole treatment was from, like, just off the junk being Durk. I wasn't even gonna name it Durk Eyes, because I was like, that's doing extra. But I'm like, bro, this junk gonna go up. I'm like, this junk gonna go up. Like, this the topic, bro. Man, then, you know, he was at the basketball games and shit. You know, people screenshotting with the ski mask in his eyes and shit. You know, like, you know, it's just a little punchline, a little funny bar. But that shit went up on TikTok. That shit went up on everywhere.
That shit hard.
Going to that shit fire. Yeah. Got it in the club, did a little club release joint, played it out in the clubs in DC and shit. They fucking with it.
I'm sure, yeah.
Joint lit, man. But the treatment for that joint, like, I came up with that that whole little idea. I came up with that myself. I hopped out the car. They was shooting by this nigga, turned around, eyes got big. This little funny shit. You gotta do some little viral shit with that shit. You gonna do it.
No, you gotta put your personality in the shit too, man.
Facts,
Absolutely.
Facts.
For sure.
Entertainment, bro.
Absolutely.
Entertainment.
All right, so Virgoat, man. Well, what type of vibes
Virgo
should fans expect to hear on this album, man?
Trying to say some shit without spoiling it, cuz I ain't play you the album yet. I ain't play you guys. I think, like, see, look, I was very versatile on this jump. That's one thing I could say. Like, you get some little rock style vibes from it, you know, some club vibes from it. I've been making some shit for to go viral. You know what I'm saying? Some catchy ass songs. Like, I was very different on it. Like, not the same Ma. You know, you got a little bit of the same Ma on there. You know. Got some features on there. I'm not saying no names, so don't ask me. I ain't saying no names. Y'all gonna see it. It's big features. We doing it big this year. We not on no little boy shit. But the whole idea of this album, I named it Virgo because like I wanted it to be about myself this time. Like all my other albums was just like random names or like, you know, like on some like motivational shit. But this really about me. I'm dropping this shit my birthday month. It's just gonna come with content after content. And it's just a perfect time to line up, you know, so I can go up there, you know, between us, you know. But
Understood. I'm
just lining everything up perfectly. I named it Virgo because of my birthday, like literally. I'm not saying it's coming out on my birthday, but
around that time.
Yeah,
right?
around the time, you know. You just stay tuned for it on the gram. Yeah. But yeah, I got some big features on it. I'm very versatile on the joint. I think it's gonna be different. I think everybody gonna like it. It's a couple songs on there. We might do a deluxe too, depending on how it do.
I know you're sitting on a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a lot of music, man. I think I got probably like 3 real albums of music, like with the full hooks and the full verses, full 2 verses, like 3-minute songs and shit, like some industry level shit. So I'm getting ready for it. Yeah, definitely.
Are most of the songs that gonna be on here, are they brand new? Or this is some shit you've been sitting on for a minute, or? Cause you ain't dropped since what, 2020, I think?
I ain't dropped since 2020, gang. I ain't dropped an album since 2020. I've been sitting on this music though. I ain't gonna lie, like some of it's new, some of it's a little old, but it's gonna be new to everybody, for sure. Like I know ain't nobody hear it. You know, they might have, if they following the members and shit like that on Instagram, they might have heard it, but it ain't nothing like that. It ain't gonna do nothing with the numbers. It's new and old. It's new to everybody though.
So what's some of your goals for your music career, whether it's short term, like the next year or 2, or long term, you know, looking ahead 5, 10 years from now?
Honestly, like with my music career, I'm really more so like trying to do what I gotta do with music just so I can get my regular life together, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like, I got a crib, I got whip and all that, but I'm really trying to get on like grown man time and like, you know, start investing in and stuff like that. So that's one of the goals I got, like investments. Like I'm trying to invest into some shit. I don't know what specifically. Don't have me right here just talking about shit, but I'm trying to invest. With the music shit, I'm definitely working on big boy features and cosigns. Like that's my #1 priority right now with this shit. Like, cause I see how it's going on, like with the algorithm on the internet, on Instagram and shit like that. Everybody that's lit, like that's who on the gram for real. Everybody who not lit, and ain't nothing, you ain't gonna see they shit. You feel what I'm saying? I keep putting Baby out there, but Baby lit. You see his shit every time he posts on the gram. Like I'm trying to get a cosign. Like I'm trying to go up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to drop. I'm gonna be indie soon. I'm trying to drop 2 more albums before this year over with. Literally 2. That's how much music I'm sitting on, like new and old.
I know fans will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to really do something big for DC, but I don't know what exactly yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. But I'm trying to do something big for DC, like just to put that stamp right there and like bring it back to the community for like back to the neighborhood, back to, you know, I don't owe them, but like who I owe, you feel me? Like literally, just cause they was there when I was at their point, you know what I'm saying? So that's a few of the goals right now. That's all I'm working on, man, being a man. Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Inside and outside the music. Yeah.
All right, Marr, you got any shout outs you like to give before we wrap it up here, man?
Man, shout out to the members, shout out GS, shout out to Cruddy, shout out to Flavor, man. I know I love y'all, man. It's all love. 4628, shout out to Wade, man. It's all love for the members. Shout out to Dukes, you hear me? She used to be a part of management, shit like that. Shout out to Dukes, you know I love my mom Dukes. She everything, she do everything for me. I gotta say shout out to her. Rest in peace, Ark, rest in peace, Sway. Long live Neff. Shit, that's about it.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm back in that mode. Yeah, that rapping, that track got me back on the road. Making hits after hits got me back on the road. Fuck it, I'm back in that hoe. And I ran it up, can't go back.